Attention passionate Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. The NFL offseason is always a time full of surprises, and this year is no different. The Seahawks, who have been riding the waves of a solid but somewhat inconsistent 2024 season, are once again making headlines. And this time, the buzz isn't just about their recent draft picks or the signing of new free agents. No, what's really shaking things up is the potential trade that could redefine the quarterback landscape for the Seahawks, and honestly, for the entire NFC West. We're talking about Anthony Richardson, a name that's been making waves since last season, and now, it seems, he might be on the verge of landing in Seattle. To understand the significance of this, let's rewind a little and take a good look at what the Seahawks have been doing over the past year. After finishing the 2024 season with a respectable 10-7 record, but missing out on the playoffs, Seattle was clearly at a crossroads. They had Geno Smith, who had been a reliable presence under center, but it became pretty obvious that they had reached a ceiling with him. Smith, while having a decent season, wasn't the dynamic playmaker needed to push the team to the next level. So, the decision was made to move on from Geno, and they did just that, trading him away in the offseason. In return, they signed Sam Darnold to a 3-year deal, betting on his potential to bring some stability and competition into the quarterback room. Darnold, who has had his ups and downs in his NFL career, showed flashes of brilliance last season with the Minnesota Vikings, but consistency remains an issue. Now, at nearly 28 years old, he's a known quantity, a veteran who can step in and start, but one who might not be the franchise quarterback they're truly looking for. That's why the Seahawks are eyeing the possibility of adding someone else to the mix, and that's where Anthony Richardson comes into play. Richardson, a young quarterback with immense upside, was drafted by the Indianapolis Colts with high expectations. He was supposed to be the franchise guy, the one who could lead Indianapolis into a new era of success. But things haven't gone smoothly. The Colts haven't developed him properly, which has led to inconsistent performances and a fluctuating role. At times, Richardson was benched, only to reclaim his starting spot a few weeks later, but the overall development process has been rocky. Meanwhile, Indianapolis has been bringing in competition, notably signing Daniel Jones, who is now seen as a potential starter if Richardson doesn't meet expectations. This situation creates a fascinating scenario. If Jones wins the starting job, the Colts might be more inclined to trade Richardson, especially if they believe they can get good value for him. And the Seahawks, with their need for a young, dynamic quarterback, could be the perfect landing spot. Richardson's dual-threat ability is exactly what's needed in today's NFL, especially under the scheme that Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak runs. Kubiak's offense, heavily based on outside zone running, play action, and motion, would be a perfect fit for Richardson's skill set. His ability to extend plays with his legs, combined with his arm talent, could make him a nightmare for defenses. Let's talk a little about Richardson's stats, just to get a sense of what he's bringing to the table. So far, he's accumulated 391 passing yards with 11 touchdowns, and on the ground, he's added 635 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. Those numbers show a player with incredible potential, but one who still needs refinement. His accuracy has been inconsistent, and limiting turnovers will be crucial if he's going to thrive in Seattle's offense. But if he can improve in those areas, Richardson has the tools to become a franchise quarterback, maybe even the one who takes the Seahawks back to the Super Bowl. Now, imagine Richardson in Seattle's offense with players like Jackson Smith-Njigba, Kenneth Walker, and the addition of someone like Cooper Kupp. The offensive line has been solid, and with Kubiak's scheme, the Seahawks could unlock a potent attack that keeps defenses guessing. Richardson's mobility would open up play-action opportunities, and his arm strength could stretch the field, creating countless big play opportunities. And let's not forget, at just 22 years old, Richardson still has plenty of room to grow and develop into that elite quarterback the Seahawks have been searching for since Russell Wilson's departure. Of course, this is all speculation for now. The Seahawks are known for being aggressive in the offseason, and their front office has shown a willingness to take risks to improve the team. The idea of trading for Richardson makes sense from several angles. They don't have to give up a ton of draft capital, considering Richardson's current developmental stage. Plus, with a young quarterback like him, they're investing in a potential long-term solution rather than just a stopgap. But what about the Colts? Well, they're in a tricky spot too. They signed Daniel Jones to add competition, which could push Richardson to the trading block if Jones wins the starting role. Indianapolis needs to decide whether they want to develop Richardson further or move on to a more reliable veteran option. If they choose the latter, Seattle could jump in with an attractive offer, especially considering Richardson's age and upside. And let's be real here, the Seahawks are no strangers to making bold moves. Remember when they traded for Russell Wilson back in 2012? That trade reshaped the franchise and eventually led to a Super Bowl victory. Could history repeat itself? It's possible. The Seahawks have always been a team willing to swing for the fences when they see a player with high upside. Richardson fits that mold perfectly. His athleticism, arm talent, and youth make him a tantalizing target. Now, some fans might wonder about the risks involved. Richardson's developmental hurdles are real, and there's no guarantee he'll reach his full potential. But in today's NFL, the teams that hit on young quarterbacks often find themselves in the best position for sustained success. And the Seahawks, with their strong coaching staff, talented supporting cast, and a scheme that plays to Richardson's strengths, could be the perfect environment for him to flourish. Furthermore, the Seahawks are also in a unique position because they're not just trying to rebuild, they're trying to contend. Adding a player like Richardson could accelerate that process. If he's developed properly, he could be the face of the franchise for years to come, especially considering his age and raw talent. And the fact that he's only 22 means he's entering the NFL at a time when quarterbacks are peaking later in their careers, often due to the complexity of the game and the growth needed to master it. Of course, all of this hinges on the negotiations, the Colts' willingness to trade, and the Seahawks' ability to put together an attractive package. But the possibility alone has fans buzzing. Imagine the excitement of seeing Richardson's dynamic playmaking in the Pacific Northwest, leading a talented offense and giving the Seahawks a new spark. It's a storyline that could redefine the NFC West's power dynamics, perhaps even setting the stage for an exciting new chapter in Seahawks history. And let's not forget, the Seahawks' front office has proven to be shrewd and bold when it comes to quarterback moves. Remember when they traded for Wilson, or made the decision to draft Russell Wilson in the third round back in 2012? Those decisions paid off big time. So, it's entirely plausible that they're eyeing Richardson as their next big move, a true franchise quarterback who can grow with the team and lead them to multiple Super Bowls. Looking ahead, the Seahawks fans should be cautiously optimistic. The NFL offseason is always unpredictable, but the signs point to Seattle being aggressive once again. They're clearly not satisfied with just a decent season. They want to contend, they want to win the Lombardi Trophy, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Richardson's potential, combined with the Seahawks' strategic vision, could be a perfect storm for success. So, as we wait for the next steps in this potential trade saga, it's important to keep an eye on the Colts' decision-making process and the Seahawks' front office. If this move materializes, it could be one of the most exciting quarterback developments in recent NFL history. The idea of Richardson in Seahawks colors, running that high-powered offense, is an intriguing vision for any fan who dreams of seeing Seattle back among the league's elite. And with the talent they have on offense, the coaching staff's expertise, and Richardson's raw potential, the sky's the limit. Remember, folks, the NFL is all about stories, and this could be one of the most compelling chapters yet. The Seahawks are no strangers to making bold, game-changing moves, and this offseason might just be the start of something even bigger. Whatever happens next, one thing is clear. The future of the Seahawks offense looks incredibly exciting, and Richardson could be the key to unlocking their full potential. So, stay tuned, because the next few weeks could bring some major developments, and we'll be right here to bring you all the latest updates and insights. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, It's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe Richardson is the franchise quarterback the Seahawks need? Or do you think they should stick with Darnold and build through the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and we're just getting started. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Seahawks.